Hello, welcome to the show. It's called The Elysse Show. My name's Elysse, and that's why it's called The Elysse Show. Today I'm here to talk to you about surgery. Why am I doing this? Well, it's currently a subject that's fairly near and dear to my heart. I'm going to have to get minor oral surgery soon. I'm going to have to get my wisdom teeth removed because I have one on either side of my head. My dentist tells me that means I'm at a higher level of evolution than most people, so suck it. So with this in mind, I've compiled a list of my 5 favorite facts about medicine and medical thingies. I don't know if this is going to be a funny video, but I sure do hope that all these facts are true, because otherwise I look like an idiot. A sexy idiot. Florence Nightingale, let's talk about her. Some called her the lady with the lamp. She was famous for her many contributions to social reform and modern nursing. Specifically, we're going to look at her contributions to sanitary reform, aka how clean your fucking bedpan is. After the Korean War, in which many soldiers died, in large part due to unsanitary conditions in field hospitals, Florence Nightingale started to feel very, very guilty because she felt that she had contributed to those deaths through the unsanitary conditions in her field hospital. So when she returned to Britain, she took to her bed, where apparently she spent 50 years writing letters and campaigning to make up for her failure in the Korean War. So what I'm saying is the majority of Florence Nightingale's good work was not done in hospitals, but actually done in her bed. And I can totally relate to that. Please call me. So between the 17th and 19th centuries, a common medical practice to save people from drowning was to use the bellows. What does that mean? Well, let me tell you. Essentially, when a person was drowning, they were dragged to shore by whoever was closest, God bless them, and that person would, go grab the nearby bellows, which if you were born within the last 20 years, this is what they look like, and use them to pump air into things, or to pump air, just generally speaking. Oh, and also, this is a Rolodex. It's kind of like a contact list, but it's on paper, and they weren't smartphones. Anyways, those bellows would be filled with tobacco smoke and then inserted into the drowning person's anus, and that they would have the smoke pumped into them, and that's essentially how they would save people from drowning. So I'm saying to old-timey hipsters, I don't know how into foreplay you think you are, but I don't know. I don't even know how to finish that. This one's going to be a little bit difficult for me because I have a secret hidden speech impediment, and I just ask you to forgive me if I say room instead of womb. So let's talk about the wandering womb. The ancient Greeks were amazing, but also they were really, really fucked up and had stupid ideas, especially about women's health. And one of those fucked up ideas that they had was the concept of a wandering womb, which is essentially exactly what it sounds like, the idea that a womb looks like an animal, and so because of that, for some reason, it wanders around the body. I have a quote: "Move of itself hither and thither in the flanks." Direct quote. Personally, I don't really see how a womb closely resembles an animal, but I suppose that it's like staring at clouds. You kind of just see whatever you want. Personally, I always see marshmallows. By the way, the wandering womb is one of the teachings of Hippocrates. That fucking hypocrite. And, if you want to learn more about the ancient Greeks, they're actually pretty fucking cool, and I would actually highly recommend reading a little bit. Culture yourself. Robert Winston was a surgeon, and he was actually very famous for his skill in an era prior to anesthetic, meaning that he was very fast at amputating, and apparently for some reason that made surgery less painful and people would be more likely to survive. I'm not a doctor, I don't know if that's true. For example, he was known for amputating a leg in less than 2.5 minutes, and also the removal of a 45-pound scrotal tumor in 4 minutes, the owner of which had to carry it around in a wheelbarrow. And by the way, the guy whose leg he amputated in under 2.5 minutes, yeah, he actually also amputated his testicles because apparently he was really excited, for real. So there's this thing called trepanning, which I might be saying wrong because to me it looks like it should be pronounced trepanning, which is the medical practice of making or burning a hole into the human skull and exposing the brain to treat medical problems, brain problems. I'm not a doctor. But this always makes me think of lobotomies, which, if you didn't know, is the practice of cutting or scraping away most of the connections to and from the prefrontal cortex. That's 2 facts in one. You're welcome. Well, those are your 5 medical facts for the week. I hope you like them. This has been the Elysse Show. I've been Elysse, and I'm going to leave you with one more fun fact. Oh, no, wait, I'm not. I was going to drop one about the man with the 100-pound testicles, but that's for the porn episode. So good night.